Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and we're indoors in August. Yippee. I mean, I didn't think I would be indoors riding a turbo trainer in August, with it being pretty much summer still, but it is pouring rain outside, so here we are. I'm actually doing some supra-threshold intervals, as they are commonly known. Efforts just slightly above FTP. They are similar to classic VO2 max intervals, but slightly longer at a slightly lower intensity. So still above threshold, but these intervals are typically done anywhere around sort of 103 to 108% of FTP if you want to give it a ballpark number. But usually a 2-to-1 work-rest ratio. Now, my intervals were probably a little bit too long for me today, and or the recovery's too short, either way. But I certainly wasn't on a great day, and I was kind of suffering on the second interval and knew that I wouldn't make it all the way through at target power, but that's not really a big concern because we are literally in very, very early stages of preparing for hill climb specific efforts. So it's all about learning what I'm capable of doing right now, and then obviously modifying sessions. So next time I can make the session easier, or I can chop a couple of intervals off. But you never know without actually doing it. There's a little bit of testing involved, and testing is training, and training is testing. Now, how I knew that this wasn't going to go very well was initially my heart rate began to rise quite quickly, and I knew that if my heart rate was going to rise, I would soon sort of hit a wall. My heart rate wouldn't be able to get any higher, and I would potentially just, I'd have to call it quits. So my heart rate got up really quick, and then holding it there became a real challenge because it was too high. So what I ended up doing was basing the last interval just off of heart rate, and with the overall goal really of building on top of this workout to help increase VO2 max, cardiac output, lactic clearance, and of course just, well, obviously increase threshold power, but also increase my ability and tolerance to ride at this effort level too. So I bought this for the van, well, not just for the van, but for me really, because when I'm traveling, and now that I might not be staying in as many hotels that I have been in the past for races and things, and I want to try and be on the road for a bit longer, so hopefully this is going to be an answer to my problems. Wait, look how small it is. There's my hand in comparison. A chap called Reese just asked a question on my Strava activity from just now, asking, do you find big improvements with your outdoor cycling after sessions like these on the turbo? And I never thought about mentioning it, but it's just made me realize actually with that question that I don't know about you guys, but I find that if I do like a really hard interval session indoors, I can never quite dig as deep as if I was outdoors. Like for various reasons, you know, I just love cycling outdoors more than I do indoors. I don't know, it was raining this morning, so I opted to do this session indoors just for safety and everything else. But I always find like it's so motivating when you do it outdoors. But there's benefits of me doing it indoors and still not actually completing the session, because I almost feel like the 3 efforts I did this morning are the equivalent to doing 5 outdoors. And I never thought about talking about that. So, Reese, in short, yes, I do find indoor turbo sessions bring benefit to my outdoor cycling, even if it's purely from a motivational standpoint. But it certainly feels harder doing sessions indoors. Good morning everybody, we're back outside. It's a little bit nicer weather today, although it's still misty as you can tell, but it's like 20 degrees. I'm sweating pints. I'm riding out to a mountain called Figyn Mt, not to be confused with Figyn from Oliver Twist. This is Figyn, and we're heading about an hour and a half north to get to this climb. And it's one I've only ever done in the depths of winter. It's about 3 kilometers long, 7% average, but with a flat section kind of smack bang in the middle, which means it's kind of decent prep for the type of climbs I'll be doing in this hill climb season, and of course the National Hill Climb Champs. So I'm riding steady Eddie to the climb, and I'm going to send it up the climb, and I'm going to use it as a bit of a ballpark test to see what I'm roughly able to do over. This will probably be like an 8-minute effort. And once I do that, and I'm also going to use that little bit of flat section as a bit of a test to see how my recovery is as well, at about 250, 300 watts. And then I'm going to ride home, but I'm going to do a couple of intervals along the way. But the important part is this climb, Figyn, and unloading everything on that climb. So although it's a lesser known climb, it's actually on the 100 climbs list of Wales, but it's relatively unknown. It's a really nice ride out to get you. It's not even that far from the A40, so if you come in from like a major road network, you can still park up and get here. That was a bit spicy at the end there. I didn't really know that last little section, and I kind of thought that it would kick up again, but it didn't, so I kind of eased up a little bit too early. Lesson learned. But that was a good test in a sense that I was able to go hard at the bottom, and then when it flattened off, I recovered a little bit, and then when it went up again, I was able to hold similar power, but not for very long. So that's, you know, that's the takeaway really, to know where I'm at, which is important, and know what work I have to do in front of me, and then it kind of makes planning and everything else a heck of a lot easier, as you know. So that's it. Not sure how this footage came out because it's a little bit sort of angular, if that's the word, when I'm crouched down, but we shall see. I was sent this ages and ages ago, but I never really use it, but just thinking I'll break it out again. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Episode 3 already in the books. See you in the next one. Nearly at 20,000 subscribers. Thank you. Please subscribe. See you next time.